You're hungry. You're plowing through that. Yeah. Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, shaken up Saturday. Yay! I'm exhausted. I am mentally exhausted. But first of all, what did you do today that was, excuse me, what did you do today that shook up your day? What did you do that was different? Basically, what did you do today that was out of the norm? It shook up your Saturday. What did you get to do? So I had my mastermind class on today, and that was awesome. That was totally awesome. It was our last meeting for this year, which was kind of strange. December always feels strange to me because, next month is next year. When you think about it, you get to December. And but yeah, it was the last meeting of the year that we had. It was really cool. We completed 2021 and declared what we wanted to do in 2022. So that was awesome because I already had mine written down because my birthday being in December, I'd written my birthday resolutions. So was able to share those, which was kind of cool. And it was just a really, really cool day. Got into some deep stuff in there and helped some, and they helped some people get some breakthroughs, which was awesome. Love seeing that when that happens. Got to catch up with some friends. So it was a very, very good day. And then as soon as that was finished, because our friend on the help desk who lives in the Philippines was affected by the typhoon, the super typhoon that went through a couple of nights ago. We weren't sure if his internet would be working or not. So I said, I can get on at this time, and I got on at that time and basically helped him out through the last 3 hours, which was really cool because he had internet most of that, all of that time, I think it was. So it looks like they've got the internet back up there in the Philippines so that you can contact your friends and family in the Philippines now. I mean, it was one of the first things they restored. I'm like, okay. But it was a lot of fun on the help chat this afternoon. There was got to do some research. Yeah, it was a good 3 hours, and at the end of it, I was like, I want to go take a nap. But then it was 5 o'clock, and it's like, oh, now I've got to take Zephyr for a walk, and then I have to do my live. And I had a couple of emails I had to attend to, so I got them done. And then we went for our walk, and we just got back and met up with one of our new friends. Oh, and during the 3 hours this afternoon, when I was on the help desk, we got a knock at the door, and Zephyr did not. Zephyr was up on the thing and didn't even notice that somebody had walked past her, went underneath her window to the door, and there was a knock at the door. So she comes running off. I'm already swinging out of the booth here. She comes running over to me, like whining, like, come, and then races to the door, like, you got to come to the door. And it was our next door neighbor had a little Christmas gift for us. It was a little tin of shortbread cookies, a card with a candy cane, and then there was even a little bag of Christmas treats for Zephyr. They were just regular dog biscuits, but in the shapes of stockings and Christmas trees and candy canes and that. It was really, really cute and really sweet. I was very touched. So that was a very nice surprise today. I liked that. I like surprises. That was a very nice surprise. I'd hoped to get to the mail today. It didn't happen. It just did not happen. I'm kind of leery about going in tomorrow because I know that they're going to be busy with people getting last minute shipments out for to get there in time for Christmas and all that sort of stuff. So we will see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, it's been a great day. But we were out walking and we met our new friend Tanya, who has this little what type of dog is Buddy? Can't remember, but Zephyr and Buddy were playing around and all that, and she has this really cool setup on her front porch. It has this corner piece, and in there she's got a tree set up, and she has these Victorian carol singers in front of her. And I saw the day when she put it up, and I just love the carol singers. And I asked her, and then she was telling me because they had patio sales today, and patio sales here are like your garage sales, like your yard sales. And she said she was telling me about how she got the screen to go behind the tree. And I said, I didn't notice any screen. I said, I just walked past and I always stop and look at your Victorian carolers because they just look they look really cool. She said, oh no, we got the screen in there. I said, really? So we walked over and had a look, and oh my gosh, it just, and I'm like, how is it I didn't notice that? Because it looked really, really good with what she had done with that. And then we got talking again, and she was telling me about these treats First of all, I said to her, I says, do your carolers sing? And she says, well, I have a CD for them, but it's not very loud and it kind of gets drowned out. We've got this guy whose house is at the end of the street that faces down my street, and Tanya lives like 2 doors down from him. She cannot hear the music inside her house. I said, I hear it inside my RV, even when the windows are closed. She's like, oh no. And he starts the thing like 7:30 in the morning and doesn't turn it off till like about 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And it's just the same thing going over and over and over. And I said, the funny thing is that every time I notice it, like I'll be sitting there busy working and everything else, and every time I notice the music coming in the windows, I said, it's always the same song. So I don't know. And it's not like I walk in there and I realize, oh, it actually has other songs on the track. But it's not, it's just music. It's not the singing. And so we're talking about that. And then she's telling me about these dog treats that she got that Buddy doesn't like. And so she asked if Zeffy, and she said, I kid you not, they smell like fig Newtons. And I was like, really? And so she says, Zeffy, allowed to try? I said, sure. And so she brings these things out, and they're in a container that they looked like fig Newtons, they smelt like fig Newtons, but they're dog biscuits. I'm like, wow. And she says, Buddy doesn't like them. And then there's another dog that she knows that doesn't like them either. And Zeffy's like got her paws. And I says, what are you doing with your paws? And Zeffy kind of like backs off a little bit. So she's just standing on her back legs. And she's just trying to get it at this bag. And so she breaks off a small piece, and Zeffy sits. And so she gets the piece there. And Zeffy drops it on the ground and just jump, 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 jump. And she kept trying to walk backwards and stuff. And so I said to Tanya, hey, give me a piece and I'll show you something. And this was great because we were on a flat, firm surface. We didn't change surfaces. So we're out there on the road, because here in the RV, when I'm teaching her to walk backwards, she only goes to the edge of the carpet and then we'll stop. And she won't walk on her hind legs on the vinyl, even though she can do it. But I've noticed that when she starts walking, I'll be standing with my back to the front. So we're not at the front of the RV there. And so when she walks and then she just starts moving to the left. And I thought, I wonder if it will change, because we're now out here in the open on the road, and I wonder if she'll even do it. And so I got a small piece of the treat, and I just went, Zeffy, up and walk. And I started slowly walking behind, and she just does this backward walk. She goes down and ends up so that her back is against my front. She ends up walking and doing this type of J walk. I'm like, oh my gosh. But Tanya was like, that is really impressive. I said, yeah, she's supposed to go in a straight line. Which is interesting, because her going to her, you know, that works. Because she is going to her left, because her left side is her strongest side. If I try to get her to go to her right, it wouldn't work. It's like when I try to get her to turn in a circle, getting her to turn to the right is very difficult for her. But if I tell her to go left, she just spins around and sits. Whereas going right, you can see her thinking about it and trying to get that movement going. Then she finally gets the circle piece going, and then she comes back and sits. But the left side, very smooth, very quick, and very sharp. So when she starts doing that, she actually starts turning to, hang on, she's going back, left side's here. Yeah, she starts curving to her left side starts taking over and ends up turning her around in this loop. So I've got to figure out how to get her to walk straight. Yes, but we'll figure that one out. Anyway, so we had a nice evening out, and Zeffy enjoyed her nice long walk, and now we're going to kick back, relax, enjoy the evening. I'm going to put a movie on. Well, that was something I watched last night. It was really, really cool. On Amazon Prime, they have a 30-minute documentary on there about William Shatner going up into space on Blue Orbit with, he didn't actually go up with the founder of Amazon. He wasn't on that flight. But yeah, it talked about how the owner of Amazon has been such a huge William Shatner fan over the years, a huge Star Trek fan and everything else. So you got to see that relationship developing. And he was at Comic-Con in New York when it was announced that he was going to be doing the flight. He became the oldest civilian to fly into space. He's 90. And I'm like, when did William Shatner turn 90? And so I'm like, pull up IMDb. Oh, back in March. I think it was March, but it was earlier in the year. And I think he went up like September, October sometime, I think it was. I don't remember when he actually went up on his flight, but yeah, he became the oldest civilian to go for a flight into space. So that was kind of cool. And I thought, yeah, it should be Captain Kirk should actually get to go into real space and not just manufactured space. So, but anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic sparkling evening. We'll catch you guys back here bright and early tomorrow morning. We have a busy morning. We're going to go for to the dog park, get some breakfast because it's our breakfast out morning. And then I have to be back here in time to get online with a client because I recorded her family tree stuff for her last week and she had some questions. So we're getting on tomorrow to now get some questions answered for her and that sort of stuff. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. So anyway, and then I've got a couple of genealogy things to work on tomorrow after that. So have a super fantastic sparkling evening. We'll catch you guys back here tomorrow for Serenity Sunday. Yay. Hey, Conera.